guidance to the younger generation, so they don't make the same make the same errors that the previous generation made. So I think we do have a responsibility to give back or feedback that advice and guidance.
Maybe that's what Big Bro was doing, trying to save people from crying about not owning their masters.
But then you'll get a certain set of, you've got two sets of people in it. You've got people that listen and people that don't. And some people don't listen, not because it's the wrong advice, it's because they're hell-bent on doing it themselves and they want to go through the potholes themselves. Because what do you say to kids that are like, no, use our old generation, things are different now. They'll have bare twangs not to listen because that advice, what you're telling them is, bare people don't like being told what to do. Even if it's the right thing to do, they'll rather just make their own mistake.
Facts.
So it's like a double-edged sword. That you're trying to tell the youth man the advice, but unless you've done that thing yourself, why are they going to listen to you? Like, why are they going to? I mean, it's mad. But you could be saying the right thing, you're just the wrong messenger.
Yes. You know what? You know what, Mike? 2024 was the first time, or 23, I heard the term, it's the right message, but it's the wrong messenger. Okay?
You understand it?
Someone rang me. I never heard that before. Someone rang me before, and they was talking to me, and they was trying to educate me in areas where they felt that they could help, right? And they brought up that term. And when I got off the phone, I was walking around, I was thinking, fucking hell, like, humans are actually smart. They actually know if it's the right message, but the wrong messenger. Yeah, like whether it was me, you, anyone. Like if I'm giving a message, but I'm the wrong, they're gonna say, Wiley, what are you talking about? The other week you blah. So I get it, but I had never heard the term.
But you would be what the mistake people make when they make that have that mentality is they see that person that he's the most experienced person to tell you stuff if they've made not all the time, but if sometimes someone's made bare mistakes along that journey, like you, for instance, you're 45, so whatever you've done in your lifetime, if someone's 21, now they're about to live that same 45 years. So, like, I get that there's evolution and them type of things, but when you're passing down advice and musical advice, it's always the clean-cut people that you listen to them, but they have no experience in mistakes.
Yeah. No, because do you know what the thing is? Yeah, sometimes people don't even want to listen to. Like, think of it this way. Yeah, if a homeless man tells you don't cross the road when cars are moving, you look at me like, it's a homeless man telling me this though. So why should I listen to him, bro?
But that's a mistake, because if the homeless man's outside this shop every single day because they're homeless and they've seen 27 people get run over, then they're telling you, don't wind yourself across this road. But you're looking at him and not praying what he's saying. You're just looking at you're looking at the messenger.
The aesthetic. You're looking at the aesthetic of the messenger.
Yeah, but but remember, your angels will be disguised, and so will your devils. So you got to be careful who you're looking down on when they're giving the advice is the right advice, but you're making a judgment in your head, and that judgment's wrong. Because that homeless person could be the secret millionaire. They could have been homeless because they wanted to be homeless. They've given up a whole house and family. They're actually there. Obviously, there's bare people that ain't. But you just got to be careful when you listen, that you listen to understand rather than to reply.
Exactly.
You're just replying to the guy, oh, you're homeless, or you're saying these things in your head, and you step into the road and get run over. So did it matter that the person was homeless that told you to mind yourself?
Right.
So we've got to be careful in it sometimes. We've got a mentality of we don't want to hear nothing. And if the person doesn't look like who we think is the guy, then we're not listening. But that person who's the guy might be leading you to a Diddy party because they're the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, me.
Mike, exactly. See, Yizzy, you're there. Yizzy, I would like to hear from your point of view, because again, you're a young man. Are you 25 yet or 20 what?
I'm 25 tomorrow, man.
Yeah, happy belated, right? Not belated, but I'll say happy birthday tomorrow. Boom. You are 25. I am 20 years difference, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I would love to hear, what do you feel there? Give me 5 rough problems or 2-3 problems that you think are problems within Grime, so that I can listen to you and try to work out a solution.
It all stems from the business.
Chime in there, Yizzy. Also, as well, when you've done that, please let us know if it's possible, if it's not sharing too much, if you've been offered like a serious deal before and why you turned it down. If you turned it down and why you turned it down.
Start with the problems.
I think it stems from the business, like you lot are saying. There's people teaching things, and it's maybe misinformation, or it's out of context, or it's 20 years outdated. But also the infrastructure that's in grime is severely lacking compared to the infrastructure in other genres. For example, the one that kills me all the time is we've got people going on radio, spitting radio lyrics all the time, yeah, but know nothing about publishing. But if you're an independent artist, that's where a lot of your money is going to come from. So you could get paid for be spitting all these monies, and we talk about there's not enough money in circulation, or you know, settled. That's not the best view, because really an advance is recoupment. But there might be people in this chat that have no idea what recoupment is. I'm 25. Luckily, I've been around people like you. I've been around people like Dizzy. I've been around people that are my own age, and I've learned from people's mistakes and people that are going to come after me now, even. But the issue that keeps coming up is business acumen. There is not enough money being put back into the scene that we love. There's not enough labels. Like when you look at dance labels or EDM labels or drum and bass or whatever, and compare them to the amount of grime labels, it's completely, the numbers are far and few between. And then when you look at even the platforms, like the live events, like when you look at every kind of piece of area separate to the creative output, yeah. So what we love and do, and you're just looking at now the marketing, the money, the exploitation. It happens, and it's not us that get paid. And also, it doesn't happen as big enough compared to the other genres and whatnot that goes on in the UK. How that gets sold, that's the next thing, because I feel like there's so many different areas. But the first part would be get your money up. Like man that are rapping, man that are producing, man that are putting out their things, drop your music, get your money, save your money, reinvest into your craft.
Yo. You know what you're saying there? You know, like with radio and DJ sets, yeah? Because I DJ as well, but like DJs, are you submitting your sets to PRS so people get their bread back? It's one simple thing,
Yeah,
man,
I'll give
as
you a
well.
great example. I realized
Wiley,
I
never ever
realized
open a space without making it recorded again, please.
I don't like
Everything's recorded.
Mike. You know why I don't like recording them? Because I don't want no one to be able to go back and look. Hear what's going on in there. Oh, right, you get me?
Yeah, no, but the
Yeah,
thing is,
bro.
people will record you and
Yeah. Oh, and then
put
they
it
run
out,
off.
but you
Okay,
need,
okay,
yeah, you
okay,
need yeah,
okay,
please, man.
okay.
Recorded spaces only. Thank you.
Go
Go
on,
on, carry
go
on.
on.
yeah, like for example, I worked out that when you're going on like certain radios like BBC One Extra or these ones, and you're going on there to do a freestyle, you're also going on there and delivering a live performance. So in the same way that whoever's on there is going to submit a set list and say that I played these songs, and then royalties get generated. While man are up there doing 20, 25-minute radio sets, you can submit that as well and be like, yeah, I gave a live performance on radio for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it was. And I spat these live PA lyrics in the same way that when you're going and doing a live show or a festival, you will tell them that, yeah, I submitted these songs and this was my set list and blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
these aren't common information things. Like, no, I don't know where you go to research this, and I don't know who's going to tell you this.
Yizzy, sorry to cut you, Yizzy.
Yeah, because that's, yeah,
One second,
Oh,
go
Yizzy.
on, man.
Sorry to cut you. This doesn't sound like just a grime problem. This is just music, isn't it, Yizzy? Really? Because like, even though what you're saying is correct, and
mhm.
I want more people in grime to know what you're talking about. Okay. So like with the submitting and all the rest of it, right? But you know what? When I ask you what are the problems within grime, yeah, I
Mhm.
sadly don't want to know what's going on, because the Radio One, the major labels, that's not they've got their own thing, haven't they? I'm really mean, like within grime as a scene, when you look into it, what are the problems? And even though, like, yes, raise awareness on PRS, raise awareness, but Radio One and all those companies, they've actually got nothing to do with what I'm asking you here. Like, they are a
Mhm.
company, yes, but let's just look within grime. When you look within
Then
grime, yeah,
I
please.
would say it's the grand platforms. And what you're saying is right. The business and the numbers side apart, like that applies for music in general. But the part that gets me is that I feel like grime suffers the worst for it because there's already a lack of funds and stuff. But also it's the platform, because it's like if you're not making money or you're not doing big
What
advances or
platform?
deals,
What platform?
platforms to release music,
But hold
marketing
on a second.
platforms,
Wait a sec. Can I
promotional.
stop you? The other day I
Yeah,
spoke
people
to
say stuff.
the other day I spoke to a kid, and he told me, and kids have told me this before. It's
Mhm.
not the same day as you, Wiley. We have got more tools and we've got more stuff available for us to use today than you had to be able to do shit today. So your day, Wiley, was basically Stone Age, and today we've got all the tools. So if we've got all the
Yeah,
tools
they don't know what
today,
rhythm division is.
what's the?
But I think that's what's changed, Wiley.
Tell me.
I think it's basically as a platform change to TikTok and other stuff, and a lot of people in grime and just wider musicians. There's lots of musicians I see that are just struggling to understand that ecosystem because they see KSI, who's not a great musician, go and chart and do everything else, and they find it very difficult to navigate going from what they're used to of like getting stuff played on the radio and everything else to then going, oh, well, how do I do?
To make money, and there needs to be 100 people that are making 100 bags. Like if we have one person every 5 or 6 years, you got a Stormzy or a AJ or a Nov or a this that's making money. Like that's amazing, and they're feeding their families. But there's 10 of those in the drill thing. There's 10 of those in rap. There's 100 of them in this. Like it's great, but we need more.
Did you
Like there
put
is.
any of your 100 bags back into the game, or
Yeah,
humans?
I took 40 bags and I put it into my label and I put out my project, and that Thierry Henry and the one with
Wait a sec.
KME.
Let me ask you
Yeah,
again. Let me ask you
That's into
again.
yourself.
Did you
yeah.
put 100 bags back into the game, into different humans and the community?
Since I made 100, yeah,
Different
more
meaning
than,
not
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Wait,
definitely
gone,
more than,
gone.
yeah.
So
That
you have spent £100,000.
That's a poor question, Wiley. That's a poor
Wait a
bro,
question.
second. Wait a sec.
Let him
Can,
answer. It's not.
wait a
It's
sec.
not.
Wait a sec. A man
yeah.
said to me, I'm listening to him talk. He has made 100 bags via music. Also, a man said we don't put our money back into music. So I'm asking him if he did. It's not a
Yeah,
diss. It's not a bad question. It's just me asking because everyone seems to know what we should do, and not everyone is actually. But I'm not saying that to Yizzy. I just wanted to ask him.
yeah. But out of that 100, I've defo put money back in, and even the opportunities that came from making that money. The first
Who
thing I did was
benefited
look
from
around me.
you? Who benefited from
So I had
you?
to say no. Yes.
Wait,
Don't dig.
who benefited? Who else benefited from the fact that you earned 100 bags in music?
You want like specific names or?
I want to know.
Yes.
I would love to know who you get. So you earned 100 bags,
Just say no one, yes, and make it easy for yourself.
and I would like to know, like, for instance, because we could all go around that road of I earned this and I put this back in. I just wanted to know, like,
Now you hit the nail on the
yeah,
head.
tell me,
Because enough
yeah,
of these youths here, they will say, okay, this old system, or they don't want to go to labels and stuff. But when you have to do it yourself, one, man are not prepared to do it themselves. Two, no one knows what you have to do yourselves. Because when it comes to that, like imagine saying, oh, you're competing in this world of people who know what they're doing. When the old school way of mash a change and put it back into the system, man ain't even doing that. So how is the scene supposed to build if everyone just thinks all the olders are supposed to put their money in and you youngers are just running off with the money and you're not putting none back in to the scene that built you? So that's
Makes
part of the
sense.
problem.
But it's
Yeah, that's part of the problem.
with the
That all the people that's taking the money have got nothing to do with putting it back. Because everyone else before, you might not have seen the piece, but how you came up was for the money that they put back in, that they could have gone and bought stuff. But 9 times out of 10, the people complaining are part of the problem. 9 times out of
1
10.
million percent. Let me give you an
Because they're
example. Wait there, Mike.
go on,
Mike.
go on.
Let me give you an example. I would like no. Listen to this. Listen to this. 99% of the time, the fucking people moaning are the Ras Clark problem. How do I know that? Because I too have been the problem, right?
Yeah.
That's how I know. Not because I'm judging anyone else except myself, right? I base it. That's why I don't judge because I know if I think he's a bumberhole, there's a day when I was a bumberhole,
Yes.
right? Yeah, I accept it. But reason why I wanted to talk to Yizzy because Yizzy it's very important because he did actually make money from music.
I felt like he needed that olive branch right there. It was on the ropes.
Yeah, No, but Yizzy made money, and Yizzy done his thing. What he done? He's only 25, right? He's 20 years younger than me. That means if I retire tomorrow, Yizzy, you've got 20 years to get to my age before you could think to retire, not retire, whatever. You've got 20 years extra, okay? Which is a great thing, right?
Don't worry about nines. This is Grime.
You know, I'm trying to say, and I respect Yizzy because he did do his own thing, right? Yizzy, tell me some other problems you see, because it's you're the person I actually want to talk to because you are 25. What are some other problems in grime that you see?
So the business side and that stuff aside, like
Yeah.
specifically grime problem.
What's the problem? What do you see? Like when you look at it, you think this could be a really good scene, but blah blah
Okay,
blah.
I'll give you the instant example that comes to head. This is an amazing conversation of topic, but this is going to disappear and or maybe might be confined just to this space. Like when spaces or talking points happen on the scene, for example, I feel like there needs to be way more actionable points. It's amazing to discuss things and you can break down stuff and you can simplify it. But if the topic of conversation is just going to get left in this chat and we're all going to go back to our lives in a few hours, what's the point?
Well, you're right. And guess what? The topic of the conversation ain't going nowhere because it's me having it with you.
Love that.
It's not a
Yeah.
person who is going to have this conversation and you don't see them for 20 years. You're going to see me walking through Lewisham to go and get food. You're going to see me on the floor because I've never left the floor. I stay on the floor. Hence why it's easier. I can talk to people because I don't think I'm some special person. I know that we're all equal and it's an equal playing field, especially when it's independent, right? So if no one's signed to a major, no one's bigger than no one. We're all in the same boat. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why it's very important for me, 45 years old, to talk to 25 and see.
But that's the thing though. Like you just said, you're not going anywhere. But does that mean that these issues at hand only get championed when you're involved, in the sense of
Well, I
not
wish that
credibility but
Skepta was here,
motion?
and I wish that Bizzle was here, and I wish that every single millionaire in grime was here with me. I wish they were. Okay, so whether they are or they ain't, again, is not my problem. I just want to see the solutions to use lots of problems. So if you want me and the others to tell you or to talk with you, maybe that's a different conversation because I'm willing to.
Wiley,
Tell me.
I was just going to say, I think from a solution focus perspective, it would be great if, like, it might not be the best thing, but
Yes.
we had urban music seminars.
Yes.
But if we had something like a grime music seminar,
yes,
where we had workshops from the likes of the people that you've mentioned, including yourself,
yes,
I think that will help to kind of mitigate against some of the things that Yizzy's saying.
so do I.
So
So
something
do I.
like that would be beneficial, I think.
So do I. And I was talking to someone about it the other day, right? This is no cap. And I said to them that same urban music seminar, because I was talking to Saskilla, I was talking about the time when he met Dizzy and Big Nasty and this and that, right? Very important, those talks, because even though I'm cancelled, even though depending on what venue you get, they might try and shut it down, I'm human enough to come anywhere and speak without malice, without hatred. I don't hate nobody. No one has managed to do that much to me where I hate them. So therefore, I would love to do that because it makes it much easier for us to see each other, talk to each other, and network, doesn't it?
Exactly.
So I would love to do it. Go on, Yizzy, or go on.
No,
Hello, can I say something? Can you hear me?
Terry?
Yes, it's me. Can I say I second that? Same here. I'm in exactly the same place. I'm loving this talk right now. This is amazing. That's it. Bye.
Yes, Terry, right? You know.
Yo.
Go on.
Yeah, man, what on you lot? Yizzy touched on infrastructure. I think Chronic mentioned it as well. You see, it was though, obviously, kind of like back in the day, yeah. You know, when it was like we had hubs. I think Chronic mentioned Rhythm Division. We had record shots. I'm talking guys will come in there, Gets will come in there. Me and him would have a mad debate about this tape, that tape. Do you know what? He'd go and buy both tapes, go back, listen to them, come back 2 days later with beef about the tapes. Not like that beef, but like, yo, that song, this thing, that thing. You'd have a thing. You'd had events. Magic's on this call now. We had No Hats, No Hoods. We had flipping JP doing these things. We had flipping Straight Out of Bethnal. We had events. So there was hubs. The scene would link up. There'd be things going on. We had Eskimo dances. We had things. You know that now there's absolutely none of that. And you know what it is? The thing's so saturated where anyone could throw a tune on any platform at any time. There's no actual hype towards nothing. You don't build up a project. You don't create a demand. So where everything's saturated, it's a rat race. It's just all a mess.
But
So we
JJ, can I ask you a question?
go through, bro.
Who the Ross's job is it to build platforms?
It's
Are we all gonna
us.
wait a sec?
It's
Are we
us.
gonna sit around here waiting for Posty? What are
Nah,
we
of course
doing?
not. Of course not.
Right.
But we
So
had control of it. We were the people
so,
putting them
but
things on, bro.
JJ, the moment I got cancelled, we got the control back. The fuck are we talking about here?
Oh, yeah, can I say
Talk,
something?
please. Someone. Who's that?
Trans Presents exists, you know. Like, I know we're doing this, we ain't got nothing
Cadell.
stuff,
We
yeah.
already dressed Traz Presents. We big him up.
I know, but he just said we ain't got nothing. Trans Presents has been smoking the whole
It
year,
has. But
bro.
you know
Like,
what, Cadell? Can I say something, brother? Do you know what I see? Do you want to be honest? What I see?
go on, I'm listening.
I see people who don't want to set up their own platforms looking for platforms.
So do
After
I.
I've told you, Grime is a
So do I.
DIY situation,
It's been that way.
So
100.
right?
do I.
100.
And it's about what we do. It's not about I ring John Wolf. And it's not
Yeah,
Grime, bro.
exactly.
Grime is
So do I.
Kylie never had no money and he was making beats in Greenwich for 4 years before he saw a
Exactly.
penny. That's Grime.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know what else as well?
Tell me.
Phone keeps ringing. I plan on do not disturb in a
Go on,
minute,
go on,
yeah?
go on.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, yeah, fucking at the beginning, and I said this the other day to Chronic, bruv, you've never had even someone saying what's the problem, let alone anything to even bellyache about. So I don't get what anyone's bellyaching about. Me personally, that's just me.
There's definitely way more opportunities. Definitely way
Yeah,
more
I don't know
opportunities.
anyone. I don't
Like,
even know what we're bellyaching about. We should be having a little moe right now. I'm not gonna lie, for real.
1,000%. I think that
I don't know what we're
I
bellyaching
think we
about.
need to stop beating ourselves. Listen to me. Listen to this one. If weed became legal next week properly for the man them in the hood, and I said, right, let's all go and set up coffee shops. Let's all go. I bet everyone would find a way to go and do that then, right? What I'm saying to you is we can all start from 0 pence, okay? And try to get to go to somewhere. Like, I never started with money. I didn't. I started with nothing, absolutely nothing. So by the time I do get to money, I have to be appreciative of it, okay? And I have to try and juggle it and feed my family and all the rest of it, right? But if there's more opportunities today than there was then, and I'm telling you that underground means DIY, it means do it yourself. It means even if you've got nothing, if I give you a beat and you vocal it, you have a chance to go and sell it, okay? If no one wants to be a seller and everyone just wants to be a goal hanger or sit at the, everyone just wants the result without the work, unfortunately, I can't help you.
Exactly.
Sadly, you know.
Exactly.